So yesterday we were here that we successfully installed yesterday so whatever the accounts, this is like in the end we can see 3E2C and then 4DBA. So these are the accounts which are available with us in the test RPC in the local machine with the. This was not working yesterday. It was not secure. Today it's unsecured. I made it, but still when I was trying, I was getting some VM exception. Even this time it was ready to buy. When I'm trying to deploy it, it's giving the guess. The yesterday's error is not there, but this time this is giving this VM exception while doing the transaction. But still, when I'm trying to do this transaction, then again it's started the same. Means this transaction is not happening with the local machine. One error is solved. Again, I can try with this test RPC. The new are created. This one also. And it is auto compile. When we try to run, we need to connect to this Web3 provider, and this is fine. You need to press OK. Once this is done, all the accounts, this is like F11A, all these local accounts, these are loaded into the online remix platform. Let us connect. Here you need to give some value. We try, as we have some already, then we can try deploying it. Yeah. It's giving this one error. This error need to be solved. Then probably it should work. SVXC get limited. SVXC. This time the error is different. If you can observe. This one is resetting. If we try with different values. Anyway, gas we have increased. That's why we are not getting that error now.
अच्छा बना रहे हैं आप URL अब URL भेज दीजिए बना
This is the one error which we are getting.
कोई काम किया DB वाले के साथ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
Maybe we need to update this version of Web3. This is what it is telling. Some people are telling that this is the version which we should have. Okay. Yeah. So till now, what we have received is like this is fine. This is we have received the account. Just we need what we are trying is we are trying to deploy this contract. This is which is error free and Explorer. That's what we are trying. Unfortunately, is unable to sync with this because of some error. Is it working in your anybody's system? Whoever were running yesterday, yesterday, is it able to deploy in someone's system? Anyways, maybe I need to update this one. This is okay. Well, and we are successfully created a response. No default account. Default instance. So one is the concept this like we have which we can have this local running of the Node.js npm and then further we can have one connection with this explorer. This still need to be checked. Then another concept which I have today, that is MetaMask. So MetaMask, basically what is MetaMask? Let's see here. So MetaMask global. That is one of the wallet which I have created as well. This is the MetaMask. This is a crypto wallet and a gateway to the blockchain app. Like whenever we have like any of the blockchain account, even the globally also, even like we have some Ethereum, we have, or any of the like cryptocurrency or any other platform which we are working. So here we have one of the platform that is MetaMask. We can also have the extension of this MetaMask, or we can also get it into the local machine. So this is simply MetaMask is something like we can do the transaction, we can have the wallet. Here we have the MetaMask as an extension. So you can also download, you can also install the MetaMask extension in your system. So simply what you need to have is, you need to have this one, this MetaMask extension. So MetaMask extension, this is one of the wallet which we require, and it is having like we can do the transactions. Like we can have the multiple accounts, we can do some transaction, we can see the activities. This is all we can do with the help of the MetaMask. So if you have the machine, you can try this MetaMask installation, MetaMask extension into your Chrome. So simply once you will have this MetaMask, so here I can see I got one MetaMask. This is okay. Okay, yeah. So this is my MetaMask, which I logged in and I created the account. We can have this multiple RPC. I also created one custom RPC. We can create the custom RPC. All we can do is once we create the MetaMask account, so this custom RPC, from the custom RPC, this network name, we can give any network name. Then we can give the RPC URL. RPC URL will be probably with this. And before this, there is one more thing, that is Ganache CLI. Ganache CLI, which we have done yesterday, that is from the console. And today I have installed one more Ganache CLI. I'll show you the stuff, how I have done it. I taken this screenshot for them. So you can see here. If you can see this one, this is one of the screenshots which I have taken. Initially, what I had all this 100 Ethereum as a balance, which I have received when I installed this Ganache. This is one of we can create the blockchain and we can use it in the UI form. As yesterday we had the Ganache CLI on the console. This is one of the platforms which we can have onto the machine. So here, simply from the Ganache website, sorry, truffle, this truffle suit. In the truffle suit, we have this Ganesh, like for the Windows also they have given. Let it load because it will convert this into the Ubuntu Linux. So what this Ganesh shows us, it shows all the accounts, whatever the transactions done. Then it also show the mining, it also show the blockchain, it also show the transactions. A lot of things this Ganesh CLI shows us. So you can download it. Once this is download, you need to install it. In order to install it, there are steps. So the steps are chat. Okay, this is Linux I installed. The MetaMask also same. This is one. When you will download the MetaMask, you will receive this file. Which file it is? This one, this Ganesh image. So when you will download this Ganesh Linux version, you will get this file. Then you need to install it. In order to install, this is one command that we need to have the permission from the operating system. This is the one command that we got permission. And after that, we need to install it. So it will check for the update and it will get the details. Then it will install this Ganesh for this UI. So Ganesh UI, where we can monitor all the transactions. So this is one. I have already installed it. Yesterday I had not this one. So this is one. So here if you see, contains all the addresses, all the 10 addresses which we got by default. And if you see, I did some transactions with this and with this address. If you see, currently I have 3 blocks. We also see the blocks here. When I have mined, I mined at 330. I mined some of here also, whatever the gas used, one transaction was there, you can click on this. So there we have the 3 block. Then here, how much ETH value is used, how much gas is used, what was gas price, what was the gas limit, the mined block. So this Ganesh CLI, what does it show is all the records. Content is not the event, it's not transaction, it's the transaction. This is the transaction block. Here it is having the key. Yeah. This Ganesh CLI is having one of the server. When we are installing Ganesh one, so it is having this RPC server. It is having one network ID. It is providing us all this details. One is server. So once we got this particular software and we got some by default some of the data, then here we can integrate that with the MetaMask. This is a MetaMask, and how I did is this is with this I created the custom RPC network name we can give. If we see local, in the local host there is no Ethereum. When I have created this one, then I received some of the account. I received this. This is the particular key, private key, which I have received from this MetaMask. If you see here, this one key, this 68E, this one, the last 6D8E, this one. This is the account which I'm using from the local software which I installed. So here, this is the account for that. I have created using the custom RPC. I have created the custom network. We can also create one more with this. Let's say this is a network name. Maybe I can see Vikalp RPC server. The URL is this only. Then let me say take this one. So I need to have the private key. Chain ID. Chain ID you can give. This URL 30%. Okay, one is already I have created. That's why it's not able to create it. One network I have already added for this one. So that's why it's not accepting one more custom RPC. So this is one of my account. So here, if you see, I can what I can do is from this MetaMask, consider this as a global wallet also. Whenever we'll have this global wallet, this is also like this, but instead of the custom RPC, like if you have any kind of third-party network, you're connecting, so it will be available there. Third-party network will be there. These are the different network, like they're directing to these different URLs. Currently, this is ours. So once we able to configure this wallet to the provider from whom which blockchain we are using, so we'll be getting, like currently I'm having this many ethers. So let's say I want to do some transaction. So I want to send to some of the person, like some of the ethers. So right now I don't have any particular person's address. I'm transferring between my accounts. So I'm currently operating with this account 2. So I can transfer it to account 1. Let's say I'm trying to transfer it to account 1. I'm having, this is the balance. So how much amount I'm trying? Maybe I'm trying with, okay, insufficient balance. 100 total we get. So it is saying this is 100, this is the gas fee, and I'm confirming the transaction. So this transaction is occurred here. If you see here, this is a pending state. So now some miner will do the mining. Means whenever some transaction is happening, it will be in the process of mining. So see here, what has happened is it was in the state of pending. So now when I send the amount, then it has just confirmed. So how it is confirmed? Like whenever we will do any kind of transaction, this transaction will confirm with the help of some of the miner. So there is some automated miner here, as this is a virtual, this is a demo. So some miner has done this mining process and transaction transaction detail, it will have this how much amount gas limit consumed, gas unit consumed, gas price, what was consumed. So transaction was created, then transaction was submitted with this fee, then transaction was confirmed. So miners will do the transaction confirmation. So this is how the process works. And this is account 2. And if you see this account 1 is got some amount, it doesn't have any kind of activity. Account 2, it is having 2 activity. Previously I made 1 transaction, currently we have 1 more transaction, just now we did. So this is how it is processing. Means MetaMask is one of the tool, one of the extension of the software using which we can try creating our wallet. If it is actual wallet, then maybe we do not have the balance, but if it is currently it's a dummy one, so we have the balance and we can do the transaction. And here we can monitor that once when we are doing the transaction, then how do we can monitor the activity. This is the transaction from one address to another address. How much norms, how much amount, what the activity. So this way we are able to monitor. Here the connected site is this is connected with this. I can try. Yeah. Currently we have this contract. This is the one we can compile. This is compiled, running by default as general how we were running previously. Okay. But JavaScript we can run it. JavaScript is running fine. That we have stored now. One we have seen that Web3 provider, that is the Explorer and the local. One more, we have this injected Web3. So what is injected Web3? That is the with the MetaMask. So this is the environment. When we are clicking it, if you can see, it is started the MetaMask. This is account with which I want to connect. So here I have connected and view address. Okay, fine. So connected. So it has connected. So if you see the Ether, whatever I have, it is showing with this. Let me try to deploy. It is trying to create the transaction. When I've clicked on the transaction deploy, it is trying to do this transaction. So it is giving, this is the gas fee which will consume gas GWE. So this is the estimated, and then I'm going to transform confirm. So if you see the transaction 4 is also confirmed. So we got the message. Let's see on the MetaMask. Okay. So if you can see, this is where from where we have done this from the remit. So this is what the MetaMask. The MetaMask is the third party, like it's not on the local host. And just previously we have seen the Explorer that was from this third environment, Web3 provider. So I hope these three are clear. One is the JavaScript VM, that is a local machine. Injected one is we can use any kind of wallet that is real-time wallet, maybe the MetaMask or maybe some other. If the transaction is fine, I can do the confirmation and okay, the transaction is confirmed. So I got the notification. So here again, if you will see, then one more contract deployment is done. There is this. So this is what is happening. This is one. We can have more, like let's say if we have this honor this one. So we may try this one also. So let's try to compile it with this injected W3. So when I'm trying to do it, again, it is started. This is having the high gas fee. This is again high gas fee, and I'm trying to confirm it. So this one transaction is also confirmed. So again, if you see into this one, so one more transaction is confirmed, and this time it is having the higher fee than previous one. This is how this transaction get locked. And the similar way, it should be there on this this one also. But this is not the MetaMask. This is a local explorer, and the another one which we were seeing just now. This MetaMask. So this is one of the third party. This is the online platform, the real one. So have you understood this too? Like MetaMask and the Explorer. The Explorer is the one is the local host. The Explorer one is the local host, and this MetaMask is the global one where we have this wallet. Currently, we have some ethers also. We have some transactions also. When we have the transaction, like how the activity goes. This is just now we have done. This is having some of the gas price. This is having some of the transaction, and transaction is also getting the confirmation. This is just now we have tried to send some money to do some transaction. I was trying to do in between my account only. I was trying to transfer some of the ether. Let's say again, I'm trying to transfer 10 ether. And next, then again, the gas fee is high here, and the transaction is in pending state. So in between the miners will be there. Okay, so transaction is confirmed. So this transaction is again, it's in the confirmation set. So from address to address, whenever we are working with the blockchain, whenever we are working with the transaction, we are working from the address to address. So this is what we have the platform, that is MetaMask, that to monitor the, because for the end user, this will be the platform where you can observe your transactions. One more I had. Okay, this is fine. So I hope this is that we have the environment. One is the JavaScript environment, that is the local one. It is having the local memory also. Web3, we were trying to connect with the local host, but there was a little error, but still it's fine. Injected W3, it is working fine. This is very much similar to the Explorer. In the Explorer, how we can monitor this? We are able to monitor the block, what transaction, what get happened. The similar way we have This local and the MetaMask is global one. They have given one of the account. You can also create one account, and we can try some transaction. So this is how the log and ledgers and all things will be created. Account details. This is okay. Every account will have one private key. That's how this account is going to access. Here with this, I have received one account. And here, if you see, previously we started from this 90, somewhere 90 ethers were there. We have done some transaction. We have done this 8 transaction and transactions. Okay. We have done some transaction, contract created. Here also contract created. Some of this is happened. So this is all where the logs are there. That some contract, some data is done. Here you can see some gas price, whatever is done. This is mined. The block was mined, and back. So here all the logs will be lodged, which is monitorable. Again, any contract is there, any event is there, logs. Okay, logs, whatever the activity will be done, which time, that will be log as a log. The blocks, as we are doing the transaction, every here you can see the block was started from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. We can, if we will do some more transaction, then again more block will be added. So this is the single node which we have in our system, and these all nodes are added. Sorry, blocks are added to this single node. So this is how this blockchain is going on. And if you will see this one, it is having one address. The another block will have the, this is from address. Okay, this is the transaction. It will have the previous chain. So this is how the blockchain, one node will have the different blocks. So all the transaction, whatever the transaction will happen, for every transaction, one block will be created. And in order to do every transaction, some gas will be invested, some price will be invested. So right now we are at the 8th block. In case, let's try with one more transaction. Maybe I'm trying to send one more amount. Let's say 50 ether. And I'm trying to send 50 ether. It's confirmed. Transaction in pending state. Automated miners are there because this is local one. It's pending because it's high value transaction as compared to the previous. Okay, transaction is confirmed. So transaction is confirmed. Here we can see in the MetaMask the 9th block is added. This is directly synced. Okay. Current block is 9. You can see here, this will show us the transaction. Transaction, you can see this is here the 9th block. 50 ether is transferred and the block was mined. So just with this, what I want to tell you is we have one tool. If someone asks you what is Ganesh, so Ganesh is one of the tool, UI tool, apart from the Ganesh CLI. And so here we can monitor all the transactions, like all the blocks. These are all the blocks. You can see all the blocks, all the block description, when the block was created, when the block was mined, means when it is mining means that time the block is added, and transactions, everything can be seen here. So this is what an accounts. Okay, these are the accounts. If you see here, previously just now I had the another balance. This is again the balance is decreased. So right now I am having the 25.99 answer. What if I'm trying to transfer more? I'm trying to transfer more. So maybe I'm trying to transfer this 26. So it is directly synced and it is telling me that it is having the insufficient balance. So I can again apply the another in the sending state. Means this is a real time, and that Ganesh is the our computer client. Still in the pending state. Okay, the transaction is confirmed. Right now the balance is 0.99%. Total 10 transaction is performed. The block, 10 blocks are there, transactions are there. The last transaction is of 25 Ether. So if you can observe, this is one of the tools from where we can monitor multiple activities. This is what we have. And when this we are running this one, it should be turn on. Like here, this is. I already made it turn on. So this is working. This is in the working mode. Then only this Ganesh will work. So I hope this is clear about the tool, that what is Ganesh and what is MetaMask. This is the MetaMask. This is one of the files which will receive. It will also show us the transactions, activities. So this is what the concept which we have about the MetaMask and about the next one, that Ganesh. And this is here, which just now I have shown. There are three kind of environment which are connected. With the injected Web3, we can connect the MetaMask with this Web3 provider. We will again try, if possible, to connect with the local explorer. This is local explorer. I'm getting the accounts anyway. The local accounts. I'll try with the values with which we did the transaction. We did the transaction. That's the last transaction was this. So gas price was gas limits was this. Value is this, okay, 25. Gas limit is this, 21,000. We can try that in case it's more. I'm trying with 12 Ether. Okay. Okay, still best speed, see the limit.
Booster.
Still it's having the error. I'll check it out why the error is. Okay, so with this, what we got is we got to understand about the MetaMask. We got to understand about the Ganesh. We got to understand about the environment. One is here we have this JavaScript VM. One was Web3 provider. And we have the one more. Injected. Second one was injected Web3. This is the local environment. Injected Web3 is connecting to MetaMask. This Web3 provider is local explorer, where we can visualize transaction. In the MetaMask also, we can visualize the transaction, but that is globally. This is one of the extension. This is the Google Chrome extension. We can also try this MetaMask downloading. Let me try if it is connecting. We have this MetaMask wallet. Let me try to download it. Okay, maybe it will be okay. Is there Chrome, iOS, and Android? We may try it into the mobile, because in the Chrome it is already we have, I think, in the form of extension. So there is no Windows software. It is having the Chrome, it is having the iOS, and it is having the Android. Means in case if you want to have mobile also as a node and you want to do the transaction, how you do the transaction with some mobile banking apps or some Paytm wallet app. Similarly, this will be the wallet account for your cryptocurrency, digital, and you can do the transaction. So currently, just now we have seen it with the Chrome extension. You can also try with this too. Browser. You can see the MetaMask is there for this MetaMask for the Windows. For the Windows, it's not there. It is for the Chrome. Similarly, there are some different wallet maybe. It's the same. Similarly, like different wallets also possible. Like this is one of the wallet. There can be the different wallets. So here, just we got to understand these some of the points which are associated with the blockchain. One is MetaMask, Ganesh. Ganesh is in the Ganesh CLI, that is for the console environment. Just now we have seen we have 3 types of environment, that is JavaScript VM, injected W3, Web3, and Web3 provider. So in this three, if you have any kind of doubt, you can ask, or else we'll proceed to the further concept. If you have any doubt with this, you can ask. Anybody able to test it? Injected Web3? Yesterday, some of the students have done. So today, is anybody able to do this testing with this MetaMask and testing with this injected Web3? Yesterday, some of the people have done. Anybody today? Avinash, I think today Aryan is not there. Ravikant was doing yesterday. Okay. Okay. So okay. So this is the what one of the concept in the blockchain we have. So let's move further. This is Explorer, same as MetaMask, but still lower text. I'm closing it. Yeah. One thing I have today, the application with this blockchain. So blockchain, as we know, blockchain currently what we are seeing is we are working with it, and we can see the small programs. We have some core concept that is all there in other languages also. So here, I just try to find one of the application, the real-time application, or else the actual application with which we can work to show you an example that how this blockchain works. So here I got one example of supply chain. Just I'll show you. So just I try to install it. There is a supply chain with the blockchain. So someone has created this example on this supply chain. So just I tried to install this one. So this is they have this is the application which they have created with this decentralized app. So just this is similar kind of portal. I have installed it already. Right. Localhost. So if you can see here on my window, this is one of the example which I have taken from this video. Is my screen is visible to you all? Participants, the screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, okay, fine. So here, just what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm trying to show you one of the example that how this blockchain comes to the real-time picture. So whenever we see a lot of portals are there, a lot of like web applications are there. Similarly, this is like blockchain as a service. Here we will have the portal in the future, and even like many of the companies started developing the multiple portals on it. So this is what you can see on the screen. I just configured one of the project. The project is this one, which I have configured, and I received the code also from here. So this is the one of the blockchain decentralized app for the supply chain. So I'll try to show you. This is I installed, and here we have like how we have in the different applications, we have the sign up option. So I can sign up, I can log in, we can create the database. In the database, we have this data, and let me try. This is one of the supply chain. Design you can do same as HTML. Means whenever the transaction will occur, the transaction will occur with the help of the blockchain. So let me see, try to create one of the account, maybe like sage@gmail.com. Then sage. I'm giving the word sage1@1, sage1@1. I'm trying to create one manufacturer, customer, or distributor. I have created here. I have some check product, shipment. There is this option that you taken already automatically. So this is one of the decentralized end-to-end logistic application that store the product freight up to the blockchain. Whatever the data, whatever the transaction is happening, the transactions are happening with the help of the blockchain. So I'll show you the code that how they are doing it. Simply by look, you can see this is one of the application where there are some menus are there, and some supply chain is available. So some supply chain is going on. So login can be done. So in the simple way, how one particular software works, one web portal works. Similarly, the application will work. Maybe the Facebook can work on the blockchain. Maybe this MP Online can work on the blockchain. Like that, different portal can work on the blockchain, and that they will work in the future. And here you see what this project is having. I'll show you the step. This project is having one of the smart contracts. And in order to run it, I needed some of the software. This is one of the projects which I have received. For this project, there is a smart contract. There is a smart contract which they have given it. Yeah, this is a smart contract, and this is the contract. Yeah. So supply chain, the product, whenever the product is creating, the product name is there. Then product whenever we are adding the new item, there is a function. Whenever we are adding the state of the item, there is a particular function. In order to search a product, there is a function. Means whatever the transaction is happening, either we are searching the data, either we are adding the data. So this smart contract is working. And in the smart contract, there are some functions: new item, add state, search product. So these are the things which are called. Let's see, like let's say we have the search product in our contract. So here, when they are trying to search a product, when they have the search page, add product. Let's see, add product. This is the add product, new item. New item is the function. When they are doing this one, here, the complete program looks like same how the HTML, CSS looks. The insertion will also be done with that. But now here, what they have done is they are calling this Web3. They're calling this one. They're calling this one. They are creating some contract. They're calling the contract address. Means who is doing the transactions. Then again, they're getting this accounts. Means whatever the Ethereum accounts are there. Then from the contract method, when people are adding the new account, here they are calling the function which is created in the smart contract, that is new item. So new item is called from the PHP page. If you can see, this is a PHP page and this is the Solidity file. Means in overall application, there is the one contract, and when you are adding the item, there is some contract that should approve. When you are searching the item, there is a function like that. This is how it works. Means in order to have a real-time understanding of the Solidity or blockchain, how it works in the real-time application is, within an application, there can be one or multiple contracts. And whenever we are doing any kind of transaction, any kind of event, let's say we are adding the item, we are deleting the item, we are making a purchase. So that time what will happen is, that time it will add that into the block. So all the blocks will be added. So here, if you see, what we have is, this is the contract. This contract will work onto the remix. Contract name. The contract name is smart contract. I'll try to add it here. Smart. Let me give it here. And it is compiling. The smart contract should not have any error, so it is compiling it. Means, and this particular contract will connect to this MetaMask or maybe the Explorer, whatever the transaction will occur, it will create the chain, the blockchain. That is what will happen. So here it is compiled with the small warning. Let me try it, injected one. Okay. Uh, yes, definitely. I'll share this code as it's successfully running. So definitely, I'll share this code. Someone will share. Okay, I'll share this code because as it is running fine. And, I just run this application also, so I was able to create my some of accounts. As you can see here, I have created some of the accounts with mine. So yes, you also just try it, because this is, we are able to log in. We are having some set product page. We are having this one. So this is one of the real-time example of decentralized app. This is here, the code is available, but I'll share you. I have done some debugging and it's working fine. Here they have also given us how we can run it, how to run this code. Try it. Okay. Creating fine. Transaction confirm. Let me see on this MetaMask what happened to that. The activity, this contract deployment, the contract deployment. So if you see the real, that contract, the smart contract is deployed for the particular inventory, supply chain, and let me try run it again. If anything happens, आधे घंटे रुको थोड़ा सा। Even if we are not working with this UI, so this smart contract can be working here also, like new items. Maybe I have added this mobile. Let me do this transaction, confirm. One transaction is confirmed. I'm adding this state as one. I'm adding this state which is working. The transaction, I'm doing it. Transaction getting confirmed. I'm trying to search the product. Let's try search. The transaction is happening. Okay, transaction is done. So okay, fine. So if you see here, whenever we are running any of the contract, I mean any of the function from the contract, so the transaction is being getting lodged. Means it is creating one of the block for it. Let's see our blockchain. Although it is by default. So here, if you see, this is all the transaction which occurred. They are lodged. Means everything is recorded. Either I'm adding the new item, either I'm searching the new product, either I'm adding the state, maybe I'm concatenating two strings. So this is how it will work. Everything is going to create in the blockchain. Let's see if anything is happened to our blocks also. Okay, if you see here, there are multiple blocks are also added. So for whatever the transaction occurred, just now we have done one transaction at 5:10 p.m. So this also as a transaction is occurred. So what happened is from this address to this address, some transaction is happened. So if you see here in the real-time application, any of the transaction, if we do any of the functionality, if we do, it is taking that particular functionality as a block, and it is using some gas, it's using some of the utilization, and also every transaction is confirming with the help of some of the miner. Means before the transaction get performed, it is doing the mining process, and mining state is auto mining. That's why it is happening automatically. So this is what is happening. So I hope it is clear that how this blockchain is working in the real time. That we will have the application at a front face like this, like this, and let me try create one more manufacturer. Some email. Stage one at which stage one at stage one manufacturer. I'm registering it. Then if we try to open one product, maybe I'm trying to adding the product as a charger. String the item. Check the product. Currently the scanner is not working. I need to check it. Anyway, let's see if there is any transaction block for this. Yeah, one block is added. Okay. See here. This is again interesting part. So if you can see here, whatever the transaction happened, for that also one block is added. Means probably I have added one charger as an item. So for that, one block is also added. So if you can see, this is one of the blockchain 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 15 blocks. So I have done some of the 15 transactions. So for the transaction, whatever you will do the transaction for that, one block will be created. And for there some gas limit, everything will be consumed and everything is in the form of the hashing. If you see there are the transaction, this is the last transaction which we have done, this one. So with the help of this particular tool, what we can do is we can monitor the thing. And what will be happen, what will be there for the user end, the user will have this. User will be looking at this, but the background, in the background, what is happening is it is the decentralized app. It is a decentralized app, and in the background, it is working with the blockchain. For every transaction, the block is creating, it is happening with the help of some miner. Currently, it is in the process of auto mining, but in the real time, it will be happening with the help of some of the miner. So the miner will earn the reward in place of when they are doing the successful mining. So this is what is that are the tools which we have. Any doubt in this? Or like you can try running it. If in case if you have any kind of doubt running it, I can definitely help you because this is one of the real-time examples. Similarly, this way, like we can have some other examples also. So let's say like e-voting or any kind of like social media. So we will have this front end kind of. That front end will be there with the help of HTML, CSS, and the programming can be there for the like database. That can be any program. And when we are doing the programming, there will be blockchain will be embedded there. Like the transaction will be happen with the help of some of the addresses, with the help of some of the functions which are given in the Solidity. So I hope this is one of the clear thing that how the actual picturization or how the actual implementation of the blockchain happen in the industry or in the real-time project. Is anybody is having the doubt that what is the real actual use of blockchain or what is the like where we use the blockchain or any use case of the blockchain? If anybody is having the doubt that this is the actual use case that in any of the web portal, this is blockchain as a service, people can use it. People can use any of the portal to perform the thing. So, this is one of the soothing example. The data will be there. The transaction are launched. They are in the background automatically. One server is always running up. Okay, this is Ganesh. This is so when you will be doing there will be multiple windows. Will be yes, there will be multiple windows, but yes, if you will go process by process, then probably it will work. See here, whatever the things are happening, like me.html. This is one more thing. Whatever the file is accessing, it is all under the log. It is all under the logs. Closing this terminal. This is Ganesh. Ganesh is still working. So try to install the Ganesh. Try to install the Ganesh. Try to install this XAMPP. Then try to run this small program. So if you are able to successfully running the program, then a lot of things will be clear that what exactly the blockchain is. The blockchain is simply whenever we are doing any kind of transaction, it will be automatically added to the block in order to approve the transaction. there is a middle process, and as this is a decentralized app, you need to invest the amount here itself as the form of gas, and that will be smaller than how the bank charges or any of the third-party charges. So this is what we have. So I'm just closing the scanner job. So this is the Ganesh platform. Just try to install it in case you want. This is the process how you can install. There is one command is this. You need to download. Inside the downloads, I'll give it this. You need to have this XAMPP installer you need to run. This is the command. These are the commands. To install the XAMPP. Once this is done, then there are command is this to install the Ganesh. This is for the Ganesh. Ganesh, we will be able to monitor everything. XAMPP, why we are using is in order to run this project, you will require some of this step. There are steps are also given. Like you will require the Ganesh, you will require the XAMPP because the databases are there. You will require this MetaMask in case you want to monitor the thing. You have the MetaMask. You can create the MetaMask account. Then the Ganesh MetaMask account. What we have done is we have done this custom RPC. RPC we have created with the network name. RPC URL is there with the with the Ganesh. Just now we have seen. This is the RPC URL. Maybe it can be different in your system, but max of the time I have just said that this is the same. Then MetaMask, you can import the account. Ganesh, you have the private key. Where you will get the private keys in the account. These are the private keys. The private key, this private key, which you need to put into the MetaMask. This is a private key. Don't take this one. Then yeah, we need to paste that key. Then what I've done is I have taken this smart contract. We are running in this. We have seen that it was hitting the injected Web3 also. Whenever we are doing any of the transaction, it is adding that transaction into the block. Either it is adding the item, either it is searching the product, either it is sign up, login. Sign up, login, they are not added, I think. They are not created any function for that. So for whatever the functions they have created, that will be added, that will be verified using the blockchain. So some important things, let's say if there is a banking system, some important concept can be integrated with the blockchain. So this is how it happens. So just try to run it in case if you get any of the error, any of the problem in order to run this, I can definitely help you because yes, after some of the troubleshooting, I'm successfully able to execute this particular application so that we can understand the how actual blockchain or how actual implementation happen. So just now we have started from the 100 Ether and we have done some consumption. We have done some transactions and this is what we have done. So try to execute this and this one. Then further is the MetaMask. MetaMask account may give you some of the trouble because when I was creating the MetaMask account, that time Account option is not there. Otherwise, I would have created. Just try to create one new MetaMask account. There you will get the Ferras, different Ferras you will get. So whatever the Ferras, whatever the sentence is there, the complete sentence you need to select in the form of words. That will be the challenge you will receive. That first of all, it will give you the private key in the form of some of the one of the sentence. So that sentence you need to arrange in the next phase in the similar way, so that it will verify that you are in the proper process. So here just try installing these things, the MetaMask and this particular project, so that you will be more able to understand. Here, if you will come to the programming, you can see here what they have done is they have added. This is a structure they have used. This is again the structure. They have used some of the function. Here also they have used some function. Then again, there are some predefined functions. We will read these things. What is this message dot sender? What is this transaction? We will read this concept. But for the day, what I was trying to tell you is how this blockchain works in the actual picture, so you can get more clarity over it. So I hope this is clear. Anybody has a doubt in this real-time scenario, you can ask, and you can also try once. Whatever the contract is working here, that contract only deployed into the real-time applications. But this is a small example. Maybe you can have the again another contract. Let's say this is the ballot. So it is also having some of the function, this function, then maybe like this delegate function, the voting function. So all this, what will happen is this all can integrate with one of the web application, and all the transaction will happen with the help of the blockchain. So the miners role come there, the block role comes there, and this system, what system I'm operating is, that system is the one node, and one node is connected to some of the URL. In case if there is different node, that different node will also connect to the same URL. Then what will happen? Whatever the transaction I'm doing, how many blocks I have, the same block, that copy will be there into the another node also. So all the nodes will have the copies of the transaction. This is how the beauty of the blockchain, that decentralization is occurred, and the security is also provided. What if we close it? Let me try to close it. So I just closed it. If you see here, just now the Ganesh was also open, that is also closed automatically. So in order to run this Ganesh, you need to keep this on. Let me try again. Quick start. One new is started. Then again, if you want to connect it, you can again connect it with the private key. So this is how it will work. Currently now, again, you can see there are no transactions. So this is what we have the cache. This is where the smart contracts and the Solidity works. Solidity will be working as a programming part. There are some other languages also, such as Viper, such as Yule, for making the same contracts. So this is the one. MetaMask, just I told you, whatever the transaction will happen. Just now, if I refresh it, so if you see, we have done many multiple transactions today. So the transactions are having, these are the details. The logs will be there. This is there. Activity will be monitored. If there are more transactions, that will also be loaded. So this way, the transaction can be seen, and these are the public. This will be in the public, but you cannot understand which transaction is done by whom. So these are all this is in the public, that many transactions are done. and the addresses are hidden. This, like who did, to whom, what he did. These things will be hidden. So this is what is the blockchain. So again, you can have this public blockchain, private blockchain within the organization. So any of the application you can implement with the blockchain, where the security is required, where the transparency is required. So this is what has happened. This is, I used for the project configuration. I use XAMPP. XAMPP can also install. This is what is working. This is test. XAMPP. Fine, so that's all for the day. I just wanted to tell you about a few things which I discussed about, like how we can have the applications, how we can have, what is the MetaMask, what is the role of smart contract or any kind of the Solidity file in the real time, the use of database. So every node will have the data, whatever the transaction happen, that will be in the node, and the node will have the block. The block will connect it to each other, means every transaction is connected to each other. So that's what the blockchain is. Means the chain will be created. How many blocks are created, that many chains will be created. So that's all for the day. If any of the query in this section, then you can ask. Then again, we will see the core functions. The core functions, some of the functions such as the message.sender. These are like predefined global variables. We will see these things. We will also try to create some small contract we can deploy. Today we have seen how we can deploy the transactions and how the blockchain is created in real time. This is what was the outcome of the day. Any doubts you can ask, and also try to run this. I will also share the code which I have. Okay, students, so we will continue tomorrow again.